to you if you want to stand in front or wherever.
I'm just gonna stand here. So oh, are you? Oh, are we filming this?
Yes. Should I put this
Stand in
closer?
front of it then?
Yeah.
Ooh, that got dark. Oh, hi, Sean.
How are you? Good morning, Christian.
1 minute.
Hi, good morning.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Alright, so before I carry on, I'm gonna apologize for my voice. I've been kind of fighting a throat cold this week, and then I went to the hockey game last night and went a little too rowdy. So I apologize if my voice cracks. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Christian Hatch. I'm a corporal in the Canadian Armed Forces, specifically the Army branch. So my job, I am what's called a armored crewman. So I mostly work in armored vehicles. So we usually just drive around, look for bad guys, either tell the big tanks where they are, or we go and destroy them. Um, this past September, I did a leadership course that I passed. That was a really fun experience. Learned a lot, and yeah. And I also work here at Quest. So I work over at the Access building. So if you ever see me there, come say hi to me or Sean or anybody else at Access. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So I am almost I am one. Sorry. Of almost 100,000 serving members of the Canadian Armed Forces. Uh, we we pretty much help keep Canada safe, and we work with our allies across the globe, and to help make the world a better place. So technically, Canadian Armed Forces members, we do like me, we do lots of different things. Oh, right. There we go. Trevor, I'm at the
Trevor!
Okay.
In the
hit the wrong
house!
button.
Trevor in the house!
Okay, there you go.
Trevor in the house.
You got the side I want.
Is that the right side?
No. There we go. There we go. All right, that's the slide I want. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, so here at home we help out with natural disasters like floods and fires. Does anybody know what happened in the East Coast this past fall?
Um, there was a hurricane.
Yep. Yeah, so we sent a bunch of guys to go help out with that hurricane relief effort. Also, we helped with the COVID-19 pandemic. We helped to send supplies to like hospitals, urgent care centers. We also had medical people go to extended care facilities and help ease the strain on the nurses and all those guys there.
Pandemic. You have to release the urge. You have to release the urge on the pandemic. right?
I'll touch on it a little later. Don't worry. Also, we go around the world and we help train other nations. Currently, to my knowledge, we are in Latvia, Kuwait, and currently we are training our Ukrainian brothers in the United Kingdom. So, we also protect people who are in danger, and if needed, we will go fight and we will go to war. Uh, fight. Having technical. Trevor. Yeah. You guys are hearing me all right, right?
Yeah, you're doing good, Chloe.
Okay.
Is this the right slide, Christian?
It'll be.
Oh my god, why is this not working?
I don't know.
Wow, it's got the cool
It should be. Uh, next.
Think one down. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Very good. Thank you, Trevor. All right. So, people who serve in the military today are the latest generation of a long-standing line of soldiers that goes back more than over 100 years. Throughout two world wars, Korea, and most recently we fought in Afghanistan. Yes.
Yeah, they both ran there and flew away.
That's cool. That's cool.
One was a bomb pilot and one was a jet.
Oh, cool.
Guys, so any questions or talking, we'll wait till he's done and then we'll do
Yeah.
that after.
We'll do
okay?
questions
Yeah,
after.
just so we can
Okay.
get through it.
Yeah. I gotta get through this little presentation. So, also we been serving on countless other missions here in Canada and also across the globe. So today I'm gonna take a few minutes and share some of the history of military, and we'll talk about the important things we are doing today to help keep everybody safe.
Okay.
And so I'm going to start by talking about the greatest achievement Canadian military ever had in World War One, which was the Battle of Vimy Ridge. So, there you go. Some photos from World War One. All right, so I want you all to just, you don't have to close your eyes, but I want you to picture this in your mind. It's 1917. It's a little over 105 years ago. You're half a world away in France on a battlefield. You're away from your home, your friends, your family, your dog, your loved ones, everything you care about, and everybody is scared. Everybody. So you can hear constant gunfire overhead, constant bombs going off. There's barbed wire everywhere. It's muddy, it's cold, it sucks. And you can see your breath. So like right now, when you go breathe outside, you can see your breath, right? And you can almost see the fear on everybody's face that you know in that trench.
That sounds scary.
It is. So on the morning of April 9th, you and your fellow troops are told that it is time to go over the top and attack the German lines. Your goal is to take Vimy Ridge from the enemy. You keep moving forward, even though your friends and your fellow colleagues fall beside you, and you can barely see through the chaos of all the explosions and the dirt flying everywhere. You keep moving forward, and after 4 long days, the fighting quiets down, and Canada has won the battle. Although this win is very important, it came at a great cost. Nearly 3,600 Canadians died, and thousands more were badly hurt. So it is important to remember these heroes, because without the Battle of Vimy Ridge, the war could not have been won. And these Canadians helped, yeah, these Canadians helped give us some of the freedoms we have today. Slide. Yeah, it should be better. Well, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. That's what we say. All right, so we're gonna flash forward. So now 1942, just 25 years later, and Canada is at war once again.
World War II?
Yep. So, what's going on here? We'll get to that again.
Do you need this one?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's on auto, so it just keeps
Oh, really?
changing.
Okay. So 6,500 soldiers have landed on the beach of Dieppe, which is a port city in France, and that's been captured by the enemy. And most of the troops landing there are Canadian. But this time the battle is very different. Even though Canadians did their job, the Dieppe raid, as it is called, was another extreme tough battle for Canada. Despite their bravery and skill, 3,367 Canadians were either wounded, captured, or killed in just one day of fighting. So, kind of sad there. But both of these battles show the terrible cost of what war does. And the lives lost, and those are also forever changed. And the sacrifice so that others may live in peace and prosperity, which we have today. Next slide. So I'm going to talk about one of the guys, this lovely gentleman right here.
What's his name, Christian?
Don't worry, I'll get there. So one of the Canadians that survived that battle, the Battle of Dieppe, was Captain William Leslie Leicester. He helped man an anti-aircraft gun and shot down a German warplane during the chaos of the battle. He became one of the first people in his regiment to be rewarded for bravery. And although he would later be wounded in action, he survived the war and was lucky enough to come home to his family. But, like I said, thousands more were not that lucky. Next slide. Should be the, nice. Love technology. Okay. Alright, so, 100,000 Canadians have died fighting in the First and Second World War. Another 516 would lose their lives in the Korean War, and along with 158 more during Canada's 14-year mission in Afghanistan. Their service and sacrifice helped make the country it is today. By protecting our freedoms from the enemy who would have taken them away, and helped others secure the same freedoms we enjoy here at home. Although Canada is currently not at war, we carry their proud legacy of serving across every single Canadian Armed Forces mission. We honor them by trying to make the world a better place. Next slide. So now I'm going to talk about what we do here at home. So this includes helping out here at home when natural disasters strike. Who here remembers the Red River floods in '97? Just by a show of hands.
That was Medicine Hat, right?
That was not Medicine Hat.
No.
That was Manitoba. All right. I'll just talk about it. So 25 years ago, in April of '97, the province of Manitoba experienced the worst flooding they'd ever seen in over a century. Because of the incredible amounts of snow that melted into the Red River. Canadian Armed Forces members from all across the country, we all called upon to fill sandbags, track flooding, and take care of more than 25,000 people who had to leave their homes. So, as you can see, filling sandbags. It's pretty fun.
Oh, okay, it was Manitoba.
And then over the next month, over 8,000 Canadian Armed Forces members would help out with the flood efforts before it finally stopped. And it's thanks to their hard work that everybody affected by the flooding survived. Nobody died during the flooding. So,
That's good.
yeah. All right, next slide, Joe. So the next one, we were called up again upon just a few months later after the Red River flood for the big ice storm of '98 when it hit Quebec, Ontario, and New Brunswick. So this was an even larger mission as it had covered 3 provinces, and it is the biggest Canadian Armed Forces deployment ever in Canada. We sent over 16,000 people to go help out. But because of climate change currently, we are seeing more efforts being called upon the Canadian Armed Forces to go help out in situations like these, like the BC flooding we had I think it was last year? Yeah, this past year.
Are you past this slide?
Yes. It should be
On the winter
yellow
one.
helicopter and
Okay.
yeah, that one. There you go. Alright. So a couple of things we have. As you see, the yellow helicopter. Those guys, their job is to perform search and rescue. So they go out looking for people who are lost or who have experienced major boating problems. So somebody's had a little too much and flipped their boat. And also, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, we helped take care of the vulnerable Canadians, especially those people that were in long-term care facilities and also living in remote communities. So, northern Saskatchewan, those type areas. Okay,
Yeah.
we're a little too far. I think that's the last one. It should be the slide with the.
It's just like moving on its
Yeah,
own.
it does. Yeah, 12. Alright, so our international efforts, the work we do these days doesn't just stop here in Canada. At any given time, there are Canadian Armed Forces members working around the globe to make Canada and the world a safer place. So, for example, in the lead up to the war in the Ukraine, Canadian Armed Forces members helped train Ukrainian security forces so they were ready to defend their country. Over the 7 years we trained together, we learned a lot of important skills from both sides. So we learned from them, they learned from us, and we continue to help support them today. We also train with militaries from other countries across Europe. So, like in Latvia, we do that to become stronger and show that we will always be there to back up our friends. And in the good times, and also in the bad times, like with COVID. We work also with the United States to stop the flow of illegal drugs coming in from South America. And when needed, we deploy into dangerous conditions to help people in those conditions, like in Mali, or when we returned to Afghanistan last year to help people escape after the government collapsed in Afghanistan. Let's skip the next slide. That's fine. Alright, so a life in uniform is different for every Canadian Armed Forces member. It's different for me than some guy in Edmonton, some guy in Manitoba, BC, same thing. We do so many different jobs from helping disarm explosives, to maintaining aircraft, to conducting search and rescue missions, and also taking care of the sick and wounded. We do this work on the land, sea, and air. So Army, Air Force, Navy. But we are all united in one common purpose. So we desire to help each other, and we desire to make everything. We desire to make sure that everyone has can live in a better world than, and also be free and safe. I mean, the last slide should be the one with the make believe. That one. Good. Alright. It does make me really proud that I know I can make a difference. I'm grateful for every time somebody says, "Oh, you're doing a good job. Thanks for being in the Army." You know, thanks for all I do, things like that. And I also feel a profound profound respect for all our veterans and also all those individuals that died before I joined. Also, so I hope that if you guys ever see a veteran or me or other guys I work with in the Canadian Armed Forces, just take like 5 seconds, shake their hand.
Tell them thank you.
Tell them thank you. Yeah, do all that nice stuff. Make them feel better. Questions after.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Listen to their stories. Some veterans have some crazy, cool stories. Learn from their experiences. I've done that. It's great. And then also honor the memory of those who gave their lives for us, so that we could have a better world to live in. And yeah, just remember tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Just take a few moments. Think about the freedoms you have, and then if you do see guys out in uniform tomorrow, just give them a handshake. Say thank you for your service. Give them a crisp high five. I don't care. I don't mind high fives. But yeah, no. Thank you for letting me do this presentation, and yeah.
All right, can someone turn on the lights, please? Whoever, thank you so much. Yes, if anyone has questions, we can ask Christian now.
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to say